Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I am coming to you again with a fun topic, hopefully, and wanted to share something quickly with you. And first of all, again, wanted to introduce myself. My name is Jessica. I am a mom of two teenage boys. I live in Minnesota with my kids and my husband, and I am going to share a couple of things that relate to the word diet, which I'll be honest, I don't like the word diet. I think the diet word, the diet culture, just the way that we look at dieting in our society is just so misleading and just frustrating. And I think so many people don't understand really how to get the results they're looking for because they feel like they have to go on a diet. And so I just want to just kind of dispel some things and make some suggestions for you, not only not thinking about going on a diet, but thinking about actually taking control of your life, taking control of a lifestyle that you want to live and not one that you have been told you should be living. And I want to give you some tips. I wanted to give you about, just a handful of reasons, or not reasons, but times that are best and worst to start a lifestyle change, to make these healthy changes for your lifestyle. So I'll start with the best. The best time ever to start doing something for yourself is now. If you are interested in making positive changes for your health, then you should start. I think when you feel like doing something and you know you need to do something, then just start. I think just having the motivation to want to do it is the biggest step. And so just getting, your head wrapped around the fact that you're ready to do something, and just start. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself with details. And you guys, thank you so much for jumping on as I get going here. If you're watching live, I'd love to hear from you, what you're up to. So, when you feel like you're ready, you're ready. So your body's telling you we're ready to start doing something. So go for it. Some other times that are good times to consider starting something, if you've kind of pondered whether or not it's a good time, is like after a celebration, like your birthday. Like you kind of want to reflect back on maybe the previous year, maybe I'd like to have my next year be better. So it's just a motivation for you to move forward and do something positive for yourself the next year, and just have something even more to celebrate for your next birthday. Another day or time of to consider is just a Monday. Like Mondays are great. Mondays are the first day of the week. Mondays are when, people kind of get geared up for doing something new and kind of starting over. So Mondays are great. Pick a Monday and just start making positive changes. Again, start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't feel like you have to do everything all at once. And another one, I thought this was interesting. I did some research on some different times that are good to start something healthy. And honestly, which we're already past that, but in October, in the fall, before the holiday season, which is something I really tried to work with people that in my groups and stuff, is that in October, it's before the holidays. And if you kind of get yourself a kickstart, a little bit of a a running start, if you will, on eating healthy and doing things that you're going to be feeling better. And before you even get to those temptations, you've already enjoyed the feeling of eating healthier and making those positive changes. The temptations aren't going to be as tempting because you've already kind of created something positive, and you're going to be ahead of the game, and you're going to be preventing extra pounds instead of later after all the holidays having to try and go back and remove them and get rid of the things that you have added on during your indulgence over those years or those months. So October is a great time to start, but it's never too late. So start when you feel like you're ready. And so the next thing I wanted to go over are the worst times. And I think this, they kind of seem like no-brainers, but sometimes when we have our mindset that we want to do it, we just want to do it. But there are some times that maybe wouldn't be the most effective for you to stick with those changes. And one of them, which I think is interesting because we're coming up on New Year's, but that's when people make resolutions. Everybody makes a resolution for New Year's, and a lot of times they're unrealistic, or they're, they set the bar high, or they have high expectations, or they're just, they're like, I'm going to enjoy everything up until New Year's Eve, and then I'm going to start New Year's Day. And those are usually short-lived because they are kind of wrapped around kind of a, an indulgence, and then just kind of like a quick, like you're just going all in and you're extreme and it's unrealistic. And so it's really hard to stick with that unless you're just kind of focusing on, again, those simple goals, those small things that you can do, adding extra veggies, maybe cutting out things that have excess sugar, and just kind of scaling back on those treats, giving yourself a chance to kind of get a taste of what it feels like to eat healthy and feel good. Another one is when you're kind of going through a stressful time in your life, whether it be work or, just life in general, and you're super stressed out. It's not a good time to really try and add anything new. Again, if you're doing small steps and you can implement some simple things, that's great, but not adding any extra stress to your body or your life, during those times when you really need to focus and pay attention. Of course, if you've already been eating healthy during those stressful times, it's much easier to deal with that stress. So keep that in mind. Maybe before you're going to go into a stressful situation, it might be a good idea to consider